What's going on, y'all? So listen. What's going on, you guys? So we are back again for another review of the Real Housewives of Atlanta. This is the season, well, no, this season 13 reunion part 1. Girl, how many parts is it? Is it going to be 2 parts or just please just let it be 2 parts because I really truly don't feel like we have enough information or if they make it 3 parts, they really gonna be dragging this shit out. Like for fucking what? But anyway, we get into the first part. The ladies, of course, are coming in. They're getting ready, and I will say this, and I'm gonna have to eat my words. I'm gonna have to eat my words, and because I was one of the naysayers that was like, Candy, what the fuck was you wearing? Okay, because I was looking at these reunion fits or whatever when the looks came out, and I was like, girl, what is this? This dominatrix tease, this Betty right what is it, Betty Page tease or whatever you want to call it. It was giving me like pinup girl from like the 1950 tees and shit like that. And I was like, girl, what is this? What is this compared to what everybody else had on? Because I'm just like, everybody else looked like they was either finna go to prom or about to go to a gala or whatever, and the theme was black, I guess. And so what I gather is from looking at the set or whatever, the original thing was dominatrix. Okay, so it was going off of the Sugargate. Ooh, not Sugargate, Strippergate. Girl, sugar. Strippergate situation. So therefore, Candy was being the madam. You know what I'm saying? She came dressed as the madam, and I guess all the other girls didn't want to dress like that, or they just decided whatever. And she was the one that was in character. And at first, I was like, when I first saw it, I didn't really like it, but actually seeing her outfit in motion, like her walking around and giving angles or whatever, I actually like it. Okay, so I had to eat crow on that. I had to eat crow on that. To me, all the ladies look beautiful. All the ladies look beautiful. Drew's dress was a little bit lackluster for me, but it wasn't bad. You know what I'm saying? So far from what we see Kenya's, we see Portia, we see Cynthia, we see Drew, and we see Candy. And when they first showed that set and they showed Bolo's outfit when he was in that fake Chanel that Marlo made sure to let us know was fake, baby, I hollered. Okay, I said, come on, dominatrix. All right, let's get this dungeon shit going. So all the ladies get out there. They're having a good time. Of course, they get the interviews about how they feeling before. Of course, Kenya said that she's cool with everybody. She just not really here for Drew and Portia. We already know that. Drew talking about she's a little bit nervous, but she's okay. I said, bitch, you should be nervous because you really fucked yourself at the end. The last 2 episodes, girl, the last 2 episodes, you gonna mess up at the very last 2 episodes for me, okay? You was and I ain't even gonna fucking lie to y'all, she was getting on my nerves a little bit throughout, towards the end of the season. And then the last 2 episodes, baby, woo, I was just like, Drew, fuck you right now, okay? Because you're just doing the most, all right? I ain't never seen nobody go out so bad the way that she went out. In my opinion, she went out bad. I don't care what nobody say, okay? Because you really made yourself look like a fool. Meanwhile, they started talking about, I love how Andy was calling them their names that they had at the Strippergate situation. And, at this point they start going into how they got quarantine weight. Kenya said that she had gained 30 pounds. I said, bitch, what? Okay, now let me tell you, I guess it's because I'm a fat bitch myself. And truth be told, I was worried about gaining some weight during quarantine too, but I actually didn't gain weight. I think I stayed the same. Recently I just checked my weight. I did gain 2 pounds, and I'm always fluctuating between the weight that I normally was and then going up maybe 2 to 3 pounds. Always, okay? I can't get under, can't go past the 2 or 3 mark over. It's just irritating, okay? So I gotta do some shit different. But so, I was like, all the ladies look good with the weight that they lost and the weight that they gained. To me, honestly, they all look good. They still look beautiful to me. Okay, that's no hate, no shade. That's just a compliment because they really did look beautiful to me, whether they had weight or not. Moving on from that, what else they was talking about? um is Drew's husband, personal trainer. She was like, I mean, yeah, it's really nice to have somebody that's gonna be all health conscious and health fitness and all this stuff. Talking about Portia, what type of vegan she is. She said, baby, I'm a baby vegan, okay? That's what it was. Talking about her cravings. She was craving a ham, blah, 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 blah. We gonna move fast forward to that. We gonna get on to the part that really started causing some little issues. So they started getting into Portia's little activismness and, her relationship with Dennis because to segue into that, Andy was like, so have you had some hot dogs? And she was like, I haven't had any hot dogs in a long time. And we know Dennis is the hot dog man, okay? And we know that means what that means, all right? So we look at her little package, and then they start talking about, her being an activist and doing all this stuff, and, Georgia turning blue, and how it encouraged everybody to get out there and vote, and, Stacey Abrams being an influencer, influencing everybody and being a shero and all that stuff, which is true, okay? Everybody was on one accord, but then somebody asked the question. So, you know, talking about Kenya, basically, why do you think that Portia shit is fake or whatever, and she was like, it's not that I think it's fake, it's, you can't be all about fighting for us, but then when you have your PSA, because they did ask Portia, did Drew, because somebody asked about Drew being close to Portia. They love seeing the fact that them two was getting close, and, Drew was doing a PSA with Portia, and, just helping Portia out and all this stuff. Kenya's whole thing is, at this point, from what I'm gathering, is she feels like you can't be here for everybody and be fighting for everybody. You're a little hypocrite because you wouldn't even put me up in your PSA. Okay, and the PSA, I guess, is about, social justice and stuff like that. And here's my thing, bitch. That does not mean that she's not about social justice. That's not mean that she's a hypocrite. When will these grown ass people understand that you do not have to be invited, or a person does not have to invite you to be in anything that they want, okay? Anything that they are producing, any event that they are putting on, you do not have the right to be there at every freaking one, okay? And the fact that you sat up here and you made it seem as if you should have been there, or why didn't she invite me? Why did she deliberately put me out her PSA? Like Portia said, you was talking shit about it, or shit about her activismness, and you don't really fuck with her, so why do you care to be in it? Granted, I know it's for a good cause, but it's her event, and she can invite her PSA. It's her project. She can invite whoever it is that she wants to be involved in it, okay? So if I know that I'm not in good standing with this person, why would I expect to be a part of anything that they're doing? Especially if I'm not contractually obligated to do so. You know what I'm saying? If Bravo Cameras and production is not telling me that I have to sign this waiver and make her be up in there, why do you expect her to just put you into something that she's doing on her own? That don't make sense. Am I the only one that's tripping about that, or does it make sense to y'all? Okay, if I don't fuck with you, you're not gonna be involved in my stuff. If I hear that you're talking shit about it, why would I put you in it? And why would you get mad that you're not in it? And that does not make the girl a hypocrite. Okay, y'all have to understand that. Grow the fuck up. You're not going to be invited to everything, and it's not always a slight to you. Okay, look into yourself and see what it is that you done that kept you off the fucking list. And if you want to be on the fucking list so bad, change that shit. And the same thing, if Kenya would have put on something and Portia wouldn't have been invited, I would have been saying the same thing. Portia don't have the right to be up in her shit if Kenya don't want her to, because y'all don't get the fuck along. So like, come on, you all about let's be real, let's be real, let's be real. Let's stop being fake. That'd be fake if she would have put your ass up in PSA. Okay, so let's come on. They really asked Kenya about her ass. Y'all leave that lady alone about her body. Okay, them girls got dunks on them or whatever. She said, "Bitch, I lost weight and the ass went down too." So whatever. Girl, I don't know if the ass is real or fake. I like it. I don't care. Okay, let that lady live. So they get some more into, finishing up the whole little Portia Kenya segment about the PSA. It was stupid, if you ask me. It's just misplaced. And I just feel like Kenya wanted to call Portia out on something, just wanted to call her out on something. Portia, said she was doing some more stuff with the Breonna Taylor, the anniversary of her passing, and I don't know, maybe it was edited or something, but the way Andy was just like, okay, next subject. When she said that, when it was like none of the officers has been indicted or anything, it was almost like nonchalantly like, okay, next subject. I was like, oh, okay. But her and Dennis, they not together. They still working on at this point being a family more than anything and opening up the lines of communication. So it seems like they have that going well for them so far. Portia is dating. She did go on a date that Latoya set up for her. She didn't like it. He was a sweet guy. He just was younger than her and younger than she was told he was going to be, yada, yada, yada. Andy made a good point and said, because they started talking about Kenya and the issues that she's having with Mark, and the whole back and forth and him wanting to get alimony and stuff like that. It was like y'all having communications issues, whatever. And granted, I know you and Portia don't get along, but could it be that you can kind of like look at her and see what it is that she's doing with Dennis or whatever, and try to get some, I don't know if he was trying to be like get some pointers or just look at how they're doing their things, and they're communicating, they have a kid, but that's what y'all both got in common at this point. And she was like, well, first of all, I'm married, okay? And Portia said that makes no sense. And truth be told, it doesn't make any sense, because just because you're married or not, the issue that you're having right about now is about parenting this child, okay? Because that is what's going to go on. And Portia is doing what she can to make it a smooth transition. Portia and Dennis are making, doing what they got to do to make it so that they don't have no issues when it comes down to PJ and them all working together. And that's the same thing that they're trying to put, you're trying to get into that place, because your baby's daddy, regardless of if he's your husband at this point, because you said that Daniel Kaluuya won an Oscar. What? I gotta look that up. Oh my God, that's amazing. That's great if it did. You know what I'm saying? Like, wow. Anyway, so congrats. You're trying to get, your baby's father is blocking you because he's in his feelings. He's trying to get alimony from you. He's doing all this negative stuff from you. He's manipulating you and all this stuff. And you said that the y'all was in court or whatever, and because of his egos, he's trying to stop baby Brooklyn from being on the show. And we all came to the conclusion that that's what was going on. The reason why she was having her face was blurred out on the show because of him. And so I guess Kenya felt some type of way because it was Portia's name that was brought up. That's what I can only figure out, because, and truth be told, each situation is different, but, she don't fuck with Portia. So I can understand her having the response that she did. But she said she filed for divorce. She still believe in marriage or whatever. That's why she's wearing her wedding ring, and she's still wearing her ring and all that stuff. And at this point, let that nigga go. And that's what Candy was saying. It's clear that y'all don't fuck with each other like that. At least he don't fuck with you like that. Let him the fuck go, okay? Go on here to get that divorce. Let it go. And then they brought up the whole situation about the alimony. How Kenya was mad at Toya for, saying spreading her business about the alimony, but wasn't mad at Candy because Candy was the first one who actually brought it up. You are absolutely correct. Candy brought it up like Candy brought it up in a circle. It was a few people that Kenya actually messed with. You know what I'm saying? Todd, Don Juan, Latoya. Okay? So therefore she was amongst Kenya's peers, or I should say Kenya's friends. And that even though Candy shouldn't have brought it up, it's on a different level of wrong that she did. But she brought it up with people that Kenya messed with and probably wouldn't have that much of an issue with knowing her business like that. Okay, and that's practically what Kenya said. The difference is Toya brought it up in her enemy's place. Okay, Toya brought it up in front of Drew. She brought it up in front of Portia. She brought it up in front of people that don't fuck with her, okay? And like Portia said, oh, I can use that as ammunition. That's what could have happened, And Kenya even had to thank Portia and Drew or whatever, acknowledge the fact that they was the main two that were actually saying as well, no, you shouldn't do that. Don't bring up her information or anything like that. Don't be spreading her stuff like that. So that's what was going on with that. They get into the whole situation about why Drew always talking about Kenya's marriage or whatever. I don't talk about Kenya's marriage, okay? Even Kendi called bullshit because Drew, you was shading that girl about her marriage and all that stuff and her relationship. Because Drew, you just have this uppity type of, like, your relationship and your family home is just so much better than everybody else's, and it's not. It's not, because I don't hear about nobody else's husband going off to Tampa, okay? For 3 days and not telling me shit, okay? That's not normal, all right? And you up here, judging everybody else and calling them Delilahs and all this stuff, being so holy and thou and Christian field or whatever. It's just no, okay, no, okay. That's not Christian like to just leave out your household and leave your family without knowing where you are, okay. But at that point, she tried to say, well, when I first came in, King was talking about me and calling me straight. Truth be told, yes, Kenya was. Okay. Now, Kenya, want to say it was, a joke between you and a joke. Cynthia got the joke. But if I'm being called a stray and I don't even know you and I didn't do anything to you, I will feel some type of way. So Drew had a right to feel some type of way because I felt the way when she was saying it. I was like, the girl don't even fucking know you. She didn't do nothing. So why are you calling her strays or whatever? You know what I'm saying? And, she was like, you act like you got this perfect home because of this tweet that she put up, talking about her family is under one roof. And Kenya said, bitch, your family ain't under one roof, bitch. You got the baby daddy that's in jail. Truth be told, the baby daddy is her family, but technically not. Her family is Ralph and her kids at this point. The baby daddy is just the baby daddy. So technically her family is under one roof when Ralph is at home, okay? When he not just leaving, okay? Your baby daddy and your family ain't under one roof. And I do like the question that they did ask Kenya and said the reason why she probably get these type of men or whatever is because of the relationships that she had with her mom and the love and stuff that she didn't get, the abusive relationship that she probably had with her mom or whatever. And trying to get what she lacked from her mom from these people. And, she kind of acknowledged it. And, not much has changed with her mother. She said she has brought Brooklyn some things or whatever. But other than that, it is what it is. So, that's something to think about. So, Kenya and Drew keep going back and forth about this whole situation. And like Drew said, her baby daddy is not in jail. Either way, Kenya, your family ain't under the same damn roof either, okay? But I get what you're trying to say. You hurt the girl by calling her straight, even if you was trying to be a joke with Cynthia, about Cynthia just picking up people, whatever. You called them strays, that can be offensive. And you knew exactly what you was going for when you said it, okay? And so Drew said, I feel like you owe me an apology. She does. Kenya somewhat apologizes, okay? She was like, I can give you an apology. I can give you an apology. I said, girl, take it and shut the fuck up, Drew, okay? Drew just kept on going. Drew just kept on going. I said, girl, she about to give it to you. Just shut up, okay? Be quiet. Girl, Drew had to get her point out. I was like, Drew, you're tiring me right about now, okay? So then they get into the whole discussion about, because, and this is what I want you guys to pay attention to, because I did read some of the comments. I'm going to be quite honest. Sometimes I can't read all of the comments because with the Real Housewives, Potomac and Atlanta, whatever, y'all be going in and it just be so much I can't keep up. But it was a good amount of y'all that didn't understand why it would be offensive and why she shouldn't have to not wear the Native American costume, whatever, because I made note of that was offensive, okay? You can't tell a group of people what to be offended about regardless of how you feel. If they say that is offensive to their culture, to their heritage, then it is offensive, okay? And you need to heed that. Just like we as African Americans can say certain things are offensive to us and people have to heed that. You can't say certain things, so therefore, if you are not black, you can't say this fucking word because you will get your ass beat, okay? That's what it is, because it's offensive. It is the same way with a lot of different cultures that get represented in Halloween, and they use it for fun and joke and mockery, okay? You go back and you look at the history of Native Americans and how the things that was said about them, they don't get the respect that they deserve because, listen, they've been disrespected ever since the fucking white man came over here to this country and took their fucking land, okay? And then you want to go dress up like them to for a Halloween costume or whatever for fun and games or whatever. It's a fucking mockery. Whether you doing it as one or not, that's what it is. That's how they take it. That's how they perceive it. Okay? This is what it is. And you, as a person who is not native or who feels as though, well, it was just for this or just for that, it's not up to you to make that determination as to what these group of people have feel. Okay, they offended by it, so therefore correct the situation. And we all knew that that's what it is. And people want to say, well, this is what she is, she's Native American. Truth be told, I'm not gonna say that she never said that she was part Native American, because I've never heard it, but because I don't keep up with Kenya, so I wouldn't know. All right, she did make mention that she had some people that lived on the reservation, but that necessarily don't mean all the way that you're Native American. Okay, she never did say what tribe she's from, if she is or whatever. So I don't know. And I'm just going to take her word for it. But she realized her mistake because she was ignorant to the fact. And I appreciate that. Okay. Sometimes we fuck up. And she went out her way and she researched. She talked to an organization and they explained to her the reason why people, these Native American, would be offended by this. We don't want our culture to be made a mockery of. And they have been made a mockery of for years. Just like African Americans been made a mockery of. We don't like it. So therefore don't do it to somebody else. It's all about, and let's not be dumb to the fact that this has not been going on for a while, where Native Americans have been trying to get, you've seen videos on Twitter, you've seen people, on social media that's trying to explain the reason why this is offensive. Okay. And I do respect the fact that Kenya learned from her ways, okay? And she apologized. She didn't get in her feelings or whatever. She took that moment to be a teachable moment, okay? And she took it with stride and she went out her way to correct the issue. I applaud her for that because she could have said, fuck y'all, I'm part Native American. Y'all don't know if I'm Native American or not or whatever. And it was this. And truth be told, my main thing, you know what? Kenya, girl, you were talking about some, it wasn't really in a mockery. Girl, I just had issue with the fact that, I knew that they was going to have issue with it. I just had issue that the fact that the goddamn costume was plain as shit. I said, oh, girl, did you really get this from Party City? It was so simple. I said, oh my God, it's lackluster as fuck, okay? Like the most creative thing was the headpiece, and that still was lackluster. I was like, girl, no, because I just seen some good, girl, no, because we're not finna do that. But I'm glad, like I said, that she saw what people were saying and she corrected it. I feel like that Bravo need to hold other people from other franchises to the flame the way that they did Kenya, because I don't feel like it's fair. Because correct me if I'm wrong, there was one episode of The Real Housewives of New York City when Luann, her ass came there in blackface. In blackface. Did they put out a warning and a apology and all that? Girl, if they didn't, fuck that. Bravo, you can't just be picking and choosing who you need to apologize for or whatever. You gotta apologize for everybody, because you got problematic people that do that shit on purpose. Do I feel Kenya did the shit on purpose? I don't think that she did it on purpose. It was just a slip of the mind. But them other bitches be doing that shit on purpose, okay? But, Portia got in her feelings because she was like, you want people to forgive and forget and all that stuff when it comes to you right away. But then when it comes to people like me or whatever, you want to keep bringing it up and all this stuff. And King, you did do that. You did do that. You brought up the Underground Railroad in the beginning of the season and all that stuff when it came to her activism and shit like this. How you going to be an activist or whatever, and you didn't even know nothing about the Underground Railroad. And how Portia said, she went on Watch What's Happened Live. She was grilled by it. She apologized for it. She had to correct that wrong. And at the end of the day, the situation between Kenya and Portia just will never be fucking resolved, okay? I just want them to stop messing with each other, and I just really want them to stop talking on each other. I know it's not gonna happen, but that in a perfect world, that's what I would like, because we get it. Y'all don't mess with each other. Y'all go nitpick and choose any opportunity to go at each other, because Portia couldn't wait to put that out there. It's understandable, but, she called her contradictory. Kenya called her what you're saying is contradictory, because your sister had this costume on, a Native American costume on a few years ago. Drew, you had this Native American costume on. Drew said, bitch, first of all, that was at a family reunion. It wasn't for Halloween. It was at a family reunion in New Orleans, down in Louisiana. Okay, and you got to talk to Bondi Blue. Go to Bondi Blue, because her people, I think, she put some information up about the type of Native Americans that her people are, and I think her grandfather or somebody in her family was a chief or something like that. So maybe that's what was going on with Drew's situation, because there were, if you don't know, and like people, there are black Native Americans. We know that, and Louisiana is full with a lot of cultures and stuff like that. It's beautiful. But Kenya said, no, bitch. It said hashtag Halloween. I said, y'all are a mess. This is stupid. This is stupid. So they brought I was about to say Block, wrong nigga, but they did talk about him. Ralph out. They brought Ralph out, and of course they get to talking about, they lightly, they in the package they discuss the Tampa situation and then the kid situation. So we got more so into the kid situation with Josiah and his father. And Drew said, Josiah just turned 10 on Friday, and I think either he went out there to the dad's, or the dad came out there and they spent time together. And that was the first time that they seen each other since that filming of that episode. You know what I'm saying? That's kind of sad that that's the first time, but then again, we're in a pandemic, so it's understandable. So that gives me a little bit of hope that everything's going to be cool. It takes time or whatever. And I do love the fact that Ralph basically said he's okay with them being together, and he knows what it's like to not be close to his father, and to have that closeness come later on in life or whatever. And he wants him to basically, that's his biological father, so he wants him to have that closeness. He wants him to know that, and he's not going to get in the way of that. He's going to push for them to be close like that, and I appreciate that he's doing that. Okay. They asked Candy how did she feel watching it, with the situation that's going on with her and Block and Riley. She said when her situation happened with Riley, she just let the stuff keep going on and keep going on. She didn't nip it in the bud when she was younger or whatever. So, it kind of made her a little bit teary-eyed when she was looking at it. And she feels like they're doing the right thing. And, she says Riley is doing good in school. And, of course, they discussed the fact that Candy, which I don't understand. I don't understand why people was giving Candy so much grief. I don't care if Candy was a side chick or whatever. That man laid down with Candy, unprotected, both of them, and they produced a baby. That's what happened. And therefore, I don't care what her status is. I don't care how much money she has. That does not exempt that man for, from taking care of his responsibility, which is that child that he helped produce. Okay, she wasn't getting the money or asking for the child support for herself. She was doing it, and as she said on the show, she was going to put the money in a trust for Riley. She said that Riley was the one that wanted to pursue it, and basically the case, they said that he owes the child support and it's going directly to Riley. And technically speaking, at this point, that is Riley's money in my honest opinion. Okay, Candy don't need it. Riley is the one that needs it. She's in college. Fuck NYU, bitch. Come on, tuition and shit. Okay? Like, I don't understand why people just felt the need to be pissed off about that. Because if you was in that situation, you would want your back child support too. I don't care what type of money. I don't care if you was making six figures. You would want your back child support too. Because it's what's owed. It's what owes to your child. All right? It is what it is. I mean, unless you some of these women that's out here that opt not to have a man play child support, and that's fine too. But that's, everybody's different, girl. And then here comes Drew. Oh my God, y'all! I think that I'm sorry, because I'm sitting here and I gotta sit a certain way. I think I strained the fuck out of my right side, and I was just really nervous and concerned about it because I was feeling okay yesterday at the beginning of the day, but like towards the middle, like around lunchtime, I started feeling it in my side and my whole right side. And I was like, wait a minute now. I ain't having no pain ever since I got my gallbladder out. And I'm like, I haven't had pain since. So what is this? I think I strained the fuck out the muscle on my right side. Baby, it felt like yesterday somebody must have hit me with a baseball bat in that bitch, okay? I mean, I still feel it. It's irritating, but it ain't as intense as it was yesterday. I said, bitch, what the fuck is going on? I ain't got no fever or nothing, so I don't know. But bitch, if you see me adjusting myself, that's what's going on. But anyway, let's get back onto this. like yesterday, it literally felt like somebody beat my ass in my sleep. I don't know what happened. Okay, my whole body woke up like, when you get through doing exercise and your muscles is just on. Girl, that's how it felt, all tensed up and everything. I said, what happened? Some spirits came in and whooped my ass while I was asleep. I don't know, but anyway, so Drew, girl, just wanted a moment, okay? She just wanted a goddamn moment. I don't care how long this review is. She just wanted a moment, okay? Because at this point, Drew comes in and she was like, when Kenya, you retweeted a tweet talking about this scene with Josiah and his daddy or whatever. It was cringy or whatever. And she was like, you with a platform like this, I think that's very irresponsible and all this stuff. And that can be, girl, shut up. Okay, because it was so many people that you just don't like Kenya. Okay, I don't even fuck with Kenya like that, but I just felt like this was a moment for you to try to get at Kenya. Okay, like I don't dislike Kenya, and I will say that time and time again. But at this moment, I just feel like Drew is nitpicking, bitch. Like a lot of us was saying that it was cringy, felt the same way. Okay, so what? She got a big platform. There's a lot of other people that got big platforms that were saying the same damn thing, okay, and smaller platforms that were saying the same damn thing, that it would look awkward, and it could have probably been a little personal, private thing. And that's what Kenya was saying. And Kenya said, well, bitch, if I offended you and I made you feel some type of way, I apologize, okay? She was like, and you don't do nothing like that. She said, and if you keep on, you can come see me. She said, bitch, my opinion don't change. I said, oops. Oh, now see, Drew, you making us Chi-Town people look bad, okay? You really making us look bad, bitch. Where the fuck you from, okay? You must be from up north or some shit, okay? Because you ain't no west side bitch and you ain't no south side bitch, because we don't do no shit like that. I don't know. So Drew went on a tangent or whatever about this whole tweet or whatever because she felt like Kenya was attacking a child. I typically, honestly, don't feel like Kenya was attacking a child because it was a lot of us, like I said, who said it felt a little cringy. And I literally said I will feel bad. I said kids don't have no filters. And a lot of us felt the same way that tweet said. But, they want to bring the child in. And like Kenya said, Kenya tried to throw out there, well, you was attacking my husband. I mean, it's a difference between an adult and a child. But do y'all feel like Kenya was attacking a child or was talking about the child or whatever? Girl, I don't see it that way. Maybe I'm a disrespectful bitch, but I don't know. I just don't see it that way. Now, if Kenya would have said, bitch, why you got this child up on here looking like this? This is stupid as fuck. I understand it. But she's just, I don't know. It's a gray area. Some people might agree with Drew. Some people might agree with Kenya. I'm more so on Kenya's side in that situation. Drew, I just feel like Drew just, in these tears, and I would never forget you. I would never forgive you, girl. Dude, Kenya look like she give a damn. Kenya didn't give a damn when you first came on the show, so therefore she don't give a damn now. And then trying to say that Kenya was trying to make, Google eyes and flirt with your husband. Girl, get out of here, okay? What else wound up happening? Tampa, okay? Drew and Ralph are full of shit. That's all I'm gonna say. For one, okay? She talking about something. He said, I just love the beach. The beach is where I go to release and to meditate and all this stuff. And like Candy said, so you go past all these other beaches to go down to Tampa, all right? It was like, he showed me the watch that showed his miles and him running here and running there, showed me the hotel receipt. Okay, just because you got a hotel receipt, that can show that you was in a hotel. That don't mean that you was in a hotel by yourself. It only takes one bed, okay? And truth be told, it really takes no bed. All right, we can fuck wherever. You know what I'm saying? You talked about something. He showed me all the receipts to when he went to the restaurants and it was a dinner for one or whatever. Bitch, y'all could have shared the plates, or you probably wasn't hungry and you just let her eat off of the plate. I don't know, but truth be told, I mean, you ain't gotta go down to Tampa to wine and dine a bitch to fuck him, okay? You ain't gotta wine and dine. You can just go ahead and fuck, okay? But, people probably thinking why we want him to be a cheater so bad. It's not that we want him to be a cheater or whatever. It just don't make sense. It's shit. It's just not adding up. That's all that it is. It is not adding up. And if Drew want to believe it, like they said, girl, quit trying to make it seem like you got a perfect marriage. It's perfect for me, and it's perfect in the eyes of God. I knew she was going to throw it in there before this episode was off. I knew it. I said, girl, okay, if that's what you want to believe and that's what you want to feel. He's never given me any type of reason to, think that he was actually cheating or do some things like that. Girl, rolling out for 3 days without telling you, girl, get at. That's not normal. That's not normal in no type of relationship. That's not normal, sweetie. So the ladies go on break. We see Latoya. I do remember some videos putting up. Latoya did put up. It was circulating on Twitter that she wasn't feeling well and didn't know if she was going to be at the reunion. She told Andy that she has a kidney infection. Okay. And then she called Kenya and told Kenya that one of her assistants, Drew assistants or Ralph assistants, one of their people came into her room talking about some, here's some vitamin C. I heard you weren't feeling well. Um, why are we doing this? Okay, why are we doing this? So when she comes out, she was like, "How's everybody doing? I'm here for everybody except for SpongeBob or whatever," talking about Drew, and they go back and forth, and she was like, "I'm up here sick with a cold and all this stuff," and woo woo woo. Andy said, "Bitch, first of all, I thought you said you had a kidney infection." She said cold, kidney infection, UTI, bitch, name, and I got it all. I said, damn, bitch. Girl, that is one thing I do not want to have ever. Okay. I do not want to have a UTI, bitch. I just feel like that'd be so painful. That'd be so painful, especially when you gotta urinate. Oh my God, no. Urinary tract infection. Ain't nobody got time for that shit. Okay. But, she came out the box swinging. And truth be told, at this particular point, I'm not even mad at it because you don't have no assistant come up in my room and telling me some shit and giving me some stuff, and it was shady. And then of course, Drew, I did not know that happened. I'm mortified by it or whatever, and I'm sorry, and I apologize on that person's behalf, and they should never did that, and woo woo woo. I said, girl, okay, if you want us to believe that you didn't know nothing about it, we'll play this little game that you're playing, okay? And then, them two going back and forth, basically, oh, you use me and you use me as motivation to get your wardrobe up and all this stuff because you look like shit throughout the whole season. Bitch, the way Portia was like, okay, let me tell you something. This part one wasn't all that. It wasn't all that. They spent too much time on stupid shit. I guess we gonna get into, Strippergate next week because Marlo's coming out. We got Latoya Ali. So at that point, I'm pretty sure it's probably is gonna be a 3-parter. So we got 2 more parts. This video was just long because I talked too damn much and I wanted to see what's going on with y'all. But anyway, y'all tell me how y'all feel, and I will see y'all later. Peace.